Hello and welcome. It is the 18th day of September 2019. My name is Derek. All bets trades of the like within each's own risk and their own reward. For myself, risk reward management always job number one. And there's really no need for me to talk about this whole Bitcoin thing going on daily term time frame. I mean, this is just sick. And okay, wake me up when this all changes. So I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And I'm not going to talk about how I think Daniel Jones of the New York Football Giants is going to have an impressive opening day start in Tampa Bay on Sunday afternoon. Uh, because I think he's got a very good arm and he looks like he's a pro-ready quarterback. But I guess I kind of already did talk a little bit about why I think Daniel Jones and Evan Ingram will have a very good fantasy day. Although nothing more about Evan, so I didn't talk about that. And that's a different story, NFL. This is about cryptocurrency. Binance coin rises 11% ahead of Binance US opening. And Binance opens registration today, excluding 13 states. You know, I did a Meatloaf parody on Silver recently. I'm not going to do one here, but I thought, well, he did a song 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So I guess there's 37 states that are allowed. So 37 out of 50 ain't bad. So let's talk about alts. And another day, not another 9,809 Satoshi. Bitcoin dominant 69.34, and another continuation of down moves, leaving the 18 average. Concise breakdown of the support at around 71 and change has broken down below this support at levels not seen since August the 5th, and that's not that long ago. But as I've been stating for the last 24 hours, an attempt to do that or revert the trend. There's a large plethora of coins, especially the more common, more larger ones that will be originally traded on Binance, like the LITECOIN variety, Ripple, and so on and so forth. As we see here in Litecoin, crossed against BTC, breaking above established resistance at the 706 handle. Right now it's 774. Hasn't yet hit 8, and it's still well below 10, and even 10, a lot of people, including myself, would consider that to be, well, that's still a pretty relatively low number. Time will tell, of course, if I'm right about that, because if that's the case, eventually we will get above that and even test these levels that we have tested before in the past. On the single hour term, that means, well, you can see how nice this run up has been. Going back now for about 4 days, as the continuation keeps the trend of higher highs and higher lows in place. The 18 average has been phenomenal for support, both or all throughout the 18 average of lows, as we can see here at 21 stamp and the 8-hour stamp. Most recently, 18 average of highs was great support on the 16th and 17th, and right now it looks like the 18 average of support is being just that right now. Coins like Theta not doing quite as well, but this is kind of in a way I like it in a sense, as it's been a two-way street so far. On the hour chart, it's looking fairly well. It's gotten above this level of resistance here between 1059 and 1071. Thus in an uptrend, but not for 4 days, and it's bottoming here on the 17th. And on the daily, it's just attempting to get above what's been a declining, now flat 18, or now flattening 18 average. But it's been again a two different ways straight, and this works out in the sense that, well, lately, today and yesterday, I've been accumulating theta because other coins have been most certainly overperforming it. But during this entire run in here, a lot of coins haven't been doing the sideways action over the last few months. A lot of them have been in downward action. So during this time, a lot of this, especially during these peak moves high, I've been selling theta for all those other coins. Case in point, Litecoin against theta. This was well over 1,000 back in June heading into July. And then falling all the way down to about 550, now up to 715. So primarily on the way down, it's been selling theta for Litecoin, and it still hasn't went up much, but now primarily over the last, or for this month of September, now selling Litecoin to buy theta. The most recent purchase I just made or trade that I did was I sold some Qtum for Bitcoin, then I bought some theta for Bitcoin, thus making a ratio trade here as this started to go up. But again, since July here, this market has been going down. There's a nice little run beforehand, and goes so originally in here. This was nice in June to be able to sell Qtum to buy theta, and then on the way down, sell theta to buy Qtum. And Well, I would have no problem with this going to 32, 36, and then theta has a run. That's just the way it can be sometimes. And sometimes you can have interesting moves like Doc earlier yesterday, having a spectacular move and giving it back today. And even beforehand, just this up move, back down, just a lot of this big volatility. Looking at this on the single hour, we can see how huge this move was starting at 1500 hours and lasting for a little while anyway, as you had the opportunities to get over 170 up to like 260 on the Satoshi trade, and down well more than half its value now. But if you were ratio trading this for pretty much anything, well, you sell up here and you buy back. Say for Lumen, which is kicking ass today. And it's looking good as far as it wants to do more. It's up like 37% in the last 24 or so hours, up against Bitcoin now at 850, as it was here at 569 on its daily chart, doing what cryptos do, and that is go up a lot faster than it went down. As in 2 days, what it lost from July 31st all the way to like September the 6th or so. It's gotten back in 2 days. And if we put the cross of both Doc and Lumen together, and this is when I'm not trading, but we can just see the massiveness of these moves. And this is on the daily chart, so just even from August in here. Well, we were just doing this choppy stuff, big support here, but 670 up to 11. You get small plays here and there, but obviously since the breakdown here on August 24th, big moves. 12 and a half down to 5 up to 12 and just over the last little bit. Let's take a look at this on the single hour, as it all started with the Doc gain, as we were showing. That made this go down because Doc was going up, but as you were selling Doc, you would have been okay. And then you can see here, you're seeing these moves just as wild as they can be. And who knows how big these things can play out, because with everything going on, it doesn't surprise me if this in fact is the start of at least some sort of decent, whether it be small, medium, large, in its intensity gains through that of, well, both gains in time. But I think there's a good chance that it will be. Of course, market's going to do what it's going to do. It doesn't care what I think it's going to do or what I want it to do. It'll just do what it's supposed to do. Take care. Bye-bye.